with that are rat's height, so they're a relative of the ostrich, and they are a large flightless bird. Toes on their feet, that helps them scratch around on the ground. For the rock, we've got a reel with some of their babies. And it will sting. The largest land animal we have here, weighing up to 2,400 pounds, and up to 35 miles per hour. The best news from the American plains is reaching the millions, but when humans start to move out westward along with the railroad system, the bison were unfortunately halted near to the point of extinction. Thanks to conservation efforts, nearly 1,900 so there are about 18,000 in the wild and about 192,000 domesticated. They do have some little babies with them, they're kind of little orange guys who probably don't have the antlers. Fallow deer are pretty similar in size to the northern white-tailed deer that's native here to New Jersey. But whereas our deer only have spots when they're babies, the fallow deer will have spots their whole lives.
These are our deer.
Well,
something looks like a movie.
Trees in this section are included. We've got another reel coming up on the right side of the fence as the safari has been opened.
Elephant.
Our rhinos over here on the right.
Where?
We have white rhinos. They are one of 5 species of rhino in the world.
Where? It's on it.
They're the only species that is not critically endangered, but they are near back.
Oh, look at the elephant.
Elephants there. You can tell African and Asian elephants apart by the shape that so happen to be shaped like the continent of Africa. Asian elephants do have such big ears, actually is not to give them exceptional hearing abilities. It has helped them cool down. Elephant ears prefer the things called capillary beds, which allow blood to flow through them. Our Asian water buffalo hang out over here in Africa because we have the most watering holes here. Now they're what we call a beast of burden, meaning that they're often found on farms, used as work animals.
Look on this side.
So they're good for working on specifically rice farms because they have a special joint just above their foot called a fetlock, which allows them to move around in a very slippery. They can also be raised for their medicinal properties, so there is no scientific backing for that. Over on the right, we've got some of our grand zebras.
Look at the elephant over here.
Have the same stripe pattern. So it's kind of like part of something called the Great Migration.
Should I take a video? Oh, I'm in the middle of a video. But I'm closer.
We actually have 4 elephants. So this is our male herd. They have the antlers. Their antlers are what we call palmate because they kind of widen out at the ends and look a little bit like the palm of a hand.
No, it's the car that.
Now it is velvet shedding season, so you might notice you can see plenty more of them in a little bit, but they get their name from the circular white pattern on their behind. And they spend a majority of their time in water as a means of avoiding wildebeest, also known as the white-bearded gnu. They're an animal who takes part in that great migration along with the zebras. They do have 2 babies with them. They're a little bit hard to see, but with these orniths are desert dwellers that are really well suited to heat. They can let their body temperature change with the environment, getting up to 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Their horns can get up to 30 number of neck bones or vertebrae that we do. So they have 7 and so do we. Theirs are just a lot bigger. 56% of their wild population in the past few decades. But it is silent because people are not really talking about it. Now, giraffes also have this kind of interesting growths on their heads. They are called ossicones. They're a little bit different from horns because they're covered in skin and fur. The giraffe's tongue is long and purple, and what we call pre-frontal. So that helps them because giraffes are herbivores, and to help keep their balance, giraffes walk with something called a parallel gait, which means they pick up both feet on one side of their body at the same time. That's because their necks are otherwise so disproportionately long. Now, giraffes also actually have a very specialized heart, which allows them to do without wide. It is 25 inches wide when they are full grown, and it's got 2 extra valves in comparison to ours to keep all of that blood flowing through the head, the neck, and the body, even when they do bend all the way down like that.
Look, they're eating from the water. Look at, they're all around the water. Just look at the water, Mommy. Look. Right.
Coming up on Savannah Sunset here, this is a pretty new experience that Six Flags offers. It lets you stay right here in the middle of our safari. It's an overnight, it's kind of like a hotel. Part of the glamping experience. The rooms look a little bit like tents, but they are of all the species native to remote sandy areas in Africa. There's supposed to be less than 150 of them left in their natural habitat, so it is pretty cool that we get to see them here. And that white coat is actually not permanent for them. It is their summer color. As a source of our ostriches. Now, ostriches are the tallest bird in the world, getting up to 9 feet tall. They are the fastest as well. An ostrich can run up to 60 miles per hour. Imagine that alongside your car.
Kayla!
Just as they need to, rather than on a set schedule. 5 feet long, and they're known to toss even lions behind them.
Should we see that?
More about our ostriches. We can tell adult males and females apart by the color of their feathers. So that's a male on the right because he's got the black feathers. Female ostriches will have gray feathers.
I was like, yeah.
Now, also over here on the right, we've got our black buck. They're a very small antelope species native to India, Nepal, and Pakistan. They can run up to 50 miles per hour. So the animals on either side of the road with the chamfer and the big curved back horns are called Udad or Barbary sheep. The Udad are really close relatives of both goats and sheep. They're a little bit more closely related to goats, though.
Take the lion. The lion.
I can't see it yet.
I can see
look
it.
what's in
Now,
there.
does anybody know how you can tell a male and a female lion apart? It is by their manes, yes. So male lions have that big fluffy fur on their head and their neck called a mane. The manes actually tell us a little bit about the lions as well. So the older a male lion gets, the darker his mane will become. It tends to be that oldest male who is the leader of a pride of doing stuff all
One's
day.
lame. One's lame. One's
But
flat.
a little bit less because they are the main hunters in a pride. Female lions are successful in their hunts about 25% of the time. They lost about 40% of the wild lion population in the past 20 years.
So baby here.
49 of the 50 states here in America. The only state we don't find the black bear in is Hawaii. They just haven't quite figured out that
Scary. Oh my god.
They're like sleeping over there on the sides. Can't see them.
Bears are what we call opportunistic omnivores, which means if they can smell it and they can get their hands on it, they are gonna eat it to confront or get aggressive with people. They're very easy to scare off.
I mean, look, there's another one here.
Black bears are one of these smaller bear species as well. They only get up to about 200 pounds, I think. You may have noticed some separate enclosures with dens. Those are going to be mother bears and their cubs. Hollywood. They are about 9 months old.
Aw, they're so cute.
Susan is learning how to do a lot of things. Climbing being one of them, so that's why their trees are blocked off.
I want to pet them so
If Hollywood
bad.
ever felt like JJ was in danger, she would chase him up a tree.
He's digging.
Now, that being said, due to the bulk of their bodies, brown bears are not the exceptional climbers that black bears dig, so they are opportunistic omnivores like the black bears, but they need a little bit more protein. Bodies are very well suited for it, so if you take a look at their paws, they've got some really, really long claws on them. Bears are also very, very strong.
They're just chilling in the lake.
There's also so much stuff.
Another way that they will get paid.
Look here,
Brown bears are very comfortable in the water. They can swim.
And here, and here.
And they like to spend their
Another
time
one.
in the water here for the purposes of recreation.
Look here.
So they will dip their noses below the surface and blow bubbles. They'll lay on their backs with all four.
Look, there's
There are some fish in there, yeah. Unfortunately, they pop just about anything else. So I did get asked whether or not they bog Freya. I see Stan. Stan's in the pool. Freya's over there in the grass. Taking a nice little nap in the sand. They're all are large flightless birds like the ostriches and the Rhinos. They've got 3 toes on their feet on the ground.
Jimmy, look at that one.
A little bit more about our kangaroos.
Yeah, two, both of
One
them.
is blind and deaf at birth. Baby kangaroos work their way on instinct alone to wriggle into mom's pouch and eventually get big enough to leave in front of them like that. And this is the same reason that they hop. Kangaroos' leg bones are fused to their hip bones, so they can't really walk the way that we can. There is a baby. As I was saying, kangaroos' leg bones are fused to their. We have some more of our emus. Now, unlike the relatives, the rhea and the ostrich, emus do not have any full wingspan anymore. They have what we call vestigial wings, which are those little nubs they can see hanging down at the base of their necks.
Look here. They're just like standing up with their eyes closed.
So they're the family known for their big fuzzy cheeks and tactile ears, babies at a time. Our tigers, however, made national news a few years ago when they gave birth to a litter of 5.
Jimmy, you want to see them sleeping?
So unlike a lot of big cats, they can swim. They are in fact really good at an apex
And deer.
predator. They are at the top of their natural food chain. They've got those white spots on the backs of their ears. Got a whole little meeting going on out there. The female animals and their babies.
Over there, there's cows, I think.
However, do have one new animal over on
What is that
the
back
left.
there?
There.
So those guys, they kind of have that white gym sock-like appearance on their feet. They're called Wildebeest. They are a sleeping species where they're native to India and Nepal, so it's illegal to hunt them. Now that combined with the fact that their natural predator, the Bengal tiger, is dwindling in number, has led to the Wildebeest exploding to almost pest-like proportions in their natural habitat. Now on the right, we've got some more of our Udad or Barbary sheep. The females, like the males that we saw over in Africa, do still have the horns, but their horn is a lot skinnier. Now usually these guys are hanging out on the rocks. They are native a lot like those over in Africa.
Mommy, take a look at them here.
They're on these, yeah. What are they? I don't know what kind of monkeys they are. Should we see that?
Now our baboons are olive baboons, thanks to the olive green-like color. They're the yaks. Yaks are a beast of burden, like the Asian water buffalo. They're often found on farms, and they can be raised. A bit more about the baboons. They are considered to be part of the